What is going on, everyone? Griffin here, coming at you with some Helldivers 2 gameplay. And today we are going to expel the terminated gas. Are we going to be successful? Let's head over and let's talk about it. So one thing that I find that is absolutely insane is there's a game that's currently out where it actively is updated. It is actively being monitored by an individual. It is actively changing based on not only what the developers have in mind and what they want to do with the game, but also how the community actively responds to that by actually doing things in game. It's insane. I've never seen anything quite like this. I'm sure that there's other games that have tried things like this in the past. Who knows, the first Helldivers could have done something very similar. I'm not 100% certain, but I just know that this is absolutely incredible that they're able to go in and actively monitor what's happening and make changes, and how they can have these very specific missions that pop up, just like the one that you're watching right now, where you can activate these towers to dispense this terminated gas that is supposed to stop them from this specific area of the map. They're not supposed to come back or whatever, at least until they get attacked again, right? It's incredible, and I wish that more games, and I know that it's hard to do that in a PvP, like very competitive sense of the word, and I think that there's ways that they could do that in a PvP heavy, like competitive game, and make things interesting and make dynamic changes. But I think that if that happened, then how would esports continue to thrive, at least in the capacity that we know that they can thrive? Think about like Counter-Strike, for example. And there's a lot of Counter-Strike maps that have been in this game that's been in Counter-Strike for 20 plus years at this point, right? And they've been recycled and updated and changed slightly, tweaked slightly. You know, things have been messed around with here and there, but overall the same layout, the same structure of the map in and of itself is pretty similar to the way that it's always been. What if they went in there and actively updated those from match to match, or at least from day to day, where the cover was different, the lanes were different, the ways that you approach objectives were different? Would that be something that would work in a PvP competitive type of shooter? Or is it something more of like, it needs to be reflective in the match itself, where you have these very dynamic and interesting ways of encountering the different ways that you play that map? So for example, you could have maps where whenever you trigger something, it changes the map up. I've talked about this with Rogue Company in the past, where it would be really nice if they had more dynamic mapping systems where you could go in there and make active changes, not just the doors that slide open and close on certain maps, or the doors that you can trigger that stay open once they get triggered. I'm talking about like active changes where you can open up entire different lanes, entire different routes, entire different areas of the map by triggering those things. Would it be better if the maps were designed in a way to where you could actively go in there and change them on the fly while you're playing the match, and they always kind of have a very samey kind of feel to them, other than these areas that are kind of blocked off and roped off? Or would it be better if the developers went in, once a week, once a day, whatever it may be, and actively changed and updated these maps, move cover around, open lanes up, close lanes off, made it something very interesting and very unique? Helldivers 2 introduces so much interesting stuff, especially in the PVE cooperative gameplay experience, that is a huge breath of fresh air. And it's interesting if someone was able to take these ideas and be able to take the things that Helldivers is actively doing and apply some of that logic and some of those systems to like a competitive shooter type game. And I think that would be something that would be really cool and really interesting. Now, since we do have these storied missions that have been popping up from time to time, are we going to have bigger and larger storied missions on down the road? Are we going to be able to like go in, party up with more than 4 people, and fight like a mega mega monster, or is something going to happen to where another faction gets introduced, you know, another creature, another race, another whatever it is that's going to be introduced? Where are they going to stop with this? I know that, like, saying that Helldivers 2 is a forever game is kind of ridiculous, because, you know, you have to base everything off of the player base and how many concurrent players that you have, and you have to maintain that concurrent player base to be able to make these massive sweeping changes to the game. So will Helldivers 2 be able to retain that player base? We'll be able to retain, you know, those active users in order to continue to do stuff like this? Or are they taking advantage of it for the moment that they have, right? Because I see myself hopping into Helldivers, checking it out, you know, earning some medals, unlocking some stuff, and then hopping back out. It's not something that I want to play competitively, because there's no real competitive aspect to it, at least not yet. But it is something that I do enjoy, and it's easy to go in there, turn your brain off, and have fun with your friends. And that's the biggest appeal for Helldivers 2, especially in a world where you have crossplay and this huge long discussion about different input methods and cheats versus anti-cheats and all these layers of stuff. Whenever you don't have to worry about any of that, you just hop into the game and enjoy the game for what it is. That is a very refreshing experience. But be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. What do you think about Helldivers actively updating, you know, adding new missions and things like that, but actively updating things on the fly? And do you think that a system like that would work in some type of PvP competitive shooter environment? Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Also, be sure to check that description for links to Facebook, Discord, and Twitter. Those are the places to contact me. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, then consider hitting that join button to become one of the 256 crew members. Lastly, on Thursdays and also on Sundays, I will be streaming here on YouTube. So if you're interested and available, please feel free to stop by and say hello there. Thanks for watching, guys. The fuck?
Requesting sentry. Orbital inbound. Calling down a sentry. Calling in reinforcements.
Okay, it got off.
Freedom forever.
We got it. It's right over here.
Objective located. Northeast.
Wait, hold on.
Democracy isn't done with you yet.
I can. I mean. There's a flamethrower. Wait, let me. Freedom isn't free.
sentry. Calling down a sentry. Sweet liberty, my leg.
Let me guess, the autocannon. Oh, what the fuck? The autocannon killed me.
Calling in reinforcements.
The auto, it knocked me into the flamethrower, and it said I died from burning.
Joining the fray.
All right, Garbo, we got to go to the. Yeah, we go here.
Northwest, 100 meters.
Sending down equipment package.
I got the terminal. New man. Engaging terminal.
You have accomplished liberty's will. Extract at your discretion.
Calling in an eagle.
Ow!
Calling in extraction.
Extraction request confirmed. Shuttle inbound.
Requesting orbital. Requesting sentry.
ETA T-minus 1 minute 30
Oh.
seconds.
I didn't know which way we're running.
Mag's empty. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Another diver for the cause.
Request approved. ETA T-minus 1 minute.
Reporting to the front. Requesting sentry. Reloading.
ETA T-minus 30 seconds.
Reloading.
ETA T-minus 20 seconds.
How'd you like the taste of freedom?
They're attacking the thing. If they destroy it, will it cancel the extraction?
Like the taste of freedom. Calling in reinforcements. Mag's empty.
Arriving at coordinates.
On tunnel breach.
Spelling 1. Preparing for touchdown.
Sending
Here comes a big boy.
Say hello to democracy.
I'm in.
Stand by for takeoff.
Crawl! Run, Garbo!
Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.